Welcome back, Divine Feminine. We're here to cover your update, or for those of you who are cross-watching. For those of you that don't know, I'm your host, Host-Yildiz Readings, psychic medium, twin flame. We cover a lot of other things on this channel, and yes, new content will be coming soon. Now, as for our disclaimers, they are directly below. We do have them up on the screen as I give you a bit of an introduction into the frequency of what we're going to be looking at psychically. Now, we are adding this as a newbie into the actual twin flame updates. And yes, we can have some education content coming soon. It is in development behind the scenes with my very limited time schedule, which hopefully that is going to be opening up soon. And we are going to get straight into the energy of the psychic downloads for the Divine Feminine. Now, as to the updates of what I see coming through for you, we have added one in for the Divine Masculine, especially in the context of the moon. And the first thing I see, especially just observing your cards and sitting here, a lot of you are probably wondering, when this energy is going to get a bit better. For a lot of us, it can be that we are making some pivotal decisions. We also can be doing some shadow work. With this new moon, it can link to Divine Feminines, okay? Moon is emotion. Moon can be mother energy. And at the 4 degrees, again, it is linked to, and I'll read it to you. It is in the reference point for the Divine Masculines. A cat arguing with a mouse. Now, 4 degrees, releasing self-justification. And, feel free to go through and look at Divine Masculines read, and we talk about it a bit in there. What I'm psychically seeing for you guys, Jupiter's in that sign. We have the North Node in Pisces. Things can be quite psychological, and I do feel our viewpoint, and I can't just say viewpoint. I think having a self-awareness of how the transits will kind of impact your aura in the context of this read coming through in general between the next 18 months. You are going to better navigate these situations. Now, if you do have days where you feel very disillusioned, that part is quite normal. It's not to say don't seek support. The other side is understanding the lunations and the cycles and how they can directly impact you. Jupiter does well in Cancer, but if there are circumstances that are heightened, I always say, especially in your ascension process, you can kind of look at it as moving into a circumstance, heightened energy, moving out of it, alchemizing it, understanding it, and then getting grounded and kind of then moving outside in the world. Now, at times in our ascension process, we may be in hermit mode. For a lot of you, you may not be at this point in time. Now, not one is good or bad. If you have been in hermit mode for a very extended time, some of you will be pushed back out to go back out into the world. For others of you, it could be that you are needing to be more in isolation and taking some time out, and that can be natural too. This is a new chapter. Now, it's funny because even your crowning energy is to do with the lunation, okay? Understand how the lunation is directly impacting you. This is a new emotional connection for you in your life of where you are, changes in home, changes in family, changes in belief systems, breaking old patterns, breaking bad, okay? We are breaking bad. We are opening up into a new chapter. I can't say we're having faith because a lot of us probably don't, especially if we're in a dark point, but I do feel it's about being open-minded, looking outside the box, trying things that are different. And, those of you that I've coached for a long time, if you've found you've done such, feel free to share with other patrons in the house and actually chime in. Be it's been a coaching session that you've actually received through me, now actually addressing circumstances in a different way has actually, with your twin flame, given you a different outcome. That directly can support and, other people who are going through their twin flame path to understand how change is a natural place and cycle, but it also can be very, very beneficial for yourself and for the connection. Now, your ascension process for a new chapter here, okay, it can be very heightened and psychic. You are going to be attracting in people depending on your vibration. You also maybe feeling quite doom and gloom, but you could want to be in recuperation. You could feel that things are going to be turned upside down. And for some of you, it could be that you're turning things upside down. It may be that you're saying, right, I'm going in a completely different direction. I'm going to be open. I'm going to love myself. And I don't resonate with the things I'm doing right now. I don't resonate with the location. I don't resonate with the people I'm mixing with. My whole vibe's changing. And, sometimes we can do that quietly and integrate, and other times it can be quite bold. For some of you, you are taking bold action. Now, we'll quickly look at the overarching energy. A lot of healing here, Divine Feminine. A lot of feelings to do with your counterpart, a lot of changes. There could be a very pivotal conversation you have with a family member. There are some messages from beyond coming, and your dream state also can be deeply, deeply psychic. Now, we are looking at the top of your read, okay? But we're looking at the reading in the view ahead, the current energy of what you're about to move into. Sometimes life can be bittersweet, and we could look back and have value in things that were old, okay? This could be a previous relationship. This could be gratitude of simpler times. You may want to go back to having something the way it was previously. You also may not be trusting in the context of, are your wounds going to be turned into gold? And they are saying everything in general is not for nothing. It is going to be for something. It may not make complete sense right now. You may at times get angry, but it is for a direct reason. And so it's almost like you will ongoingly through your life have these light bulb moments going, wow, I can actually draw from that. That's why that happened. It's given me more than it's taken. And sometimes we feel through this process it can take more than it gives. But trust me in saying this from my own personal experience on my journey, what it takes, it gives double. Trust me on that one. If you can withstand it, if you can kind of move through your ascension process, you are definitely going to get benefits through that self-awareness and personal development. Now, I feel as though it's time to reconnect with yourself. I feel it's time to not seek outside yourself at a very temporary level. If you're unstable, obviously, like I said, always seek support. But if you can take a moment, this would be a really good moment to take time to heal your communication, to heal your thoughts, to heal your body, to integrate and to check in with yourself and to go, okay, where am I at? How far have I honestly come? Where am I right now? What am I feeling? And to be in that self-awareness, I feel it's going to be pretty important. I feel it's going to help you somehow. Because emotionally, I feel you are desiring to have a reconnection in general, but I feel first have that with you so that you can check where you're at. I do feel some blessings from the past are going to come through. I do feel some emotions that resurface, and there can be absolutely within your twin flame path be confusion. Okay, you can feel some of this is a lot of sacrifice, some of it is in the hangman. You want to feel safe in it, you want to feel passion and vitality. I do feel it's in its rebirth stage. I feel at the moment a lot of you are feeling things are going nowhere fast. And it can, for some of you, make the morning kind of really last and feel like it's just forever gonna be this way. We have lost love here. Surrendering, healing, and releasing. Look, a lot of what they're showing me right now could be that you have a viewpoint of this. For some of you, it can be that you are moving into a very heightened sense. You could be super sensitive. You may need to protect yourself. You also could be having a lot of tuning into your counterpart. They could be really longing for you at this point in time. I feel you are going to come out of this, okay? I don't feel this is a permanent energy we're having for years and years. I feel this is something that, yes, has taken a long time. It's been quite heavy, but it is something that we are moving through to have this rebirth. You can be in awareness of what these things are and still be operating and functioning effectively. But for some of you, it can be these, they just keep giving me flashbacks. It could be that you are saying you're getting signs and synchronicities and you're like, look, I'm not interested. I'm trying to move forward. If you're getting the 1-400, it's saying don't slip, keep going. You are on the right path. Trust the process. There's nothing you need to do. Don't get into your ego. Don't go back to your old patterns. You are on the right path. Now, your foundation. Try to not tell yourself that everything is the same every time, because if you do look back over the history of your connection, the history of the journey, nothing has ever stayed the same. And so sometimes we have these sabotaging patterns that actually do directly tell us, oh my God, this is always going to be the same. I have been a culprit of it myself. And it's okay if that's something you're going through. You're not a bad person. It's just something that you're emotionally feeling right now. So acknowledge that and just say to yourself, I'm having a crappy time right now. This isn't feeling as though, when is the cycle going to end? And I really do hear that loud and clear. I do feel there is a big healing that you are moving through. And I do feel that with this reconnection, not only, and you do not have to be perfectly healed in order to have a reconciliation. Not at all. It's an absolute fallacy. Open, yes. If you feel any element of wanting to run, feeling as though you may need to control the situation because the person's not accountable, or feeling as though you do not trust that energy, it is more about you trusting yourself than trusting them. Because once you trust yourself and you'll take yourself only so far, you'll guide yourself in, you'll have unconditional love, you will find that you can navigate this a heck of a lot better and things will flow. Some of you are feeling as though you want to wake up. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting it's almost like this can be a stage. There could be some visitors in the house than you. You may be further along in the path than you know. And the reason I'm referencing that is because there's points in our journey where we say to ourselves, we're very 3D, we feel quite detached, we could be in quite alignment and harmony. And you're like, was this even real? That is quite normal. And that's a good space to be, but it's also a reference point to reunion. They're saying that there is a reason you're going through this right now, and they want you to dig deep. I do feel there's some discovery in this. I feel this discovery is taking you somewhere, but you also spiritually can feel something's hidden from you. But some of it is within. Now, if any of you tempted to go back into an old pattern, I don't know why I get this is you. Okay? A lot of times we can get this as fear-based frequency. I'm feeling we need to do something a certain way. Look, if some of you were thinking of reaching out to tempt this person, just reach out. You don't need to use this vibration, honestly. You don't. Because we can also get resentful within ourselves that we're like, oh my God, do I have to suggest this person? Do I have to manipulate this person? Like, what do I have to do to get movement here? If you desire to reach out, just reach out and just be real. Just be really open. Some of you can have a feeling that the karmic third party is very manipulative. Do not feel you ever need to do that, because trust me, they directly are attracted to a person who knows who they are. They may see the person who the karmic is, but you will give them the juxtaposition by not being like the karmic. And it doesn't mean to say you can't be flirtatious, okay? That's by no means what I'm saying. What I am in a frequency setting seeing within this, if you feel you have to go back to an old pattern, an old way, universe, especially in the context of this moon coming, the 4-degree point, we don't have to go back into old patterns. This is a breaking of a cycle. This is a brand new chapter coming. This is loving thyself. Some of you, from your soul point of view, your body point of view, you're going through a divine feminine clearing, and it feels big. It really, really feels big. And it feels as though this love for your vessel is coming back online and you needing to be protected. So for some of you, it can be that you desire to put walls up. That's okay too, but I do think it's temporary. Some of you are just going to turn over a new leaf and it's like, you know what? I'm going to go get the revenge body. I'm going to go do what I need to do to raise my vibration. But the soul is what's being loved here. Okay. So this person really does love your soul, really does love the essence of who you are. In any shape or form you come, they do directly love that. Just remember that. I do think this is overall going to be a week where you are moving through some big changes. You are making some personal decisions. You may want to go into a cocooned state. Those of you who are already in reunion, you also could be having some dramas in the mix. It's not to say it's going to break it. It can be very personal of what each party this week is going through in this rebirth setting. Having dramas, particularly, there could be around family, tribe, home, how we balance things, where we want to go versus the obligations we need to address. We will find healthy ways of addressing these areas in order to get to the other side. And we might be tempted to do things in a different way, but just trust in the process of what you're doing. Keep your head high and know that you are moving through the tunnel and opportunities are going to come for each of you, regardless of where you are on your journey. Now, yes, we cover these weekly. We do have the masculine, feminine, and karmic out already. And so if you do want to see any of these, they already are up, and we do cover them, as I mentioned, weekly. Now, if you do want a personal reading linking to your joint connection and you want me to tune in to your energy, come through to the website. We do have bookings online. They are quite limited in spaces and they do fill up fast. So I do recommend at the beginning of each month you jump on and grab your spot. Emergency bookings also are available. Now, as to our membership, it will not be opening up to the public till next year. However, you can get on the early bird join list. We already do have our first opening, which was to our previous YouTube members that were subscribed at the end of the year last year. They're already in the house, and we do already have that email list open. We do have the landing page. All the information is directly below. And what we actually have is a landing page for it that covers what we give. Now, in it, I do need to update it, just an FYI. It says on there that we will be later in the year opening it to the public, and that has changed now due to all our glorious retrogrades and all the things we directly are navigating. So I will update that. The only way to get on it at the moment is through joining the email list. So go and have a look, and if you feel it fits you, feel free to join, and I can send you all the relevant information. Otherwise, I will see you next week. I hope to see you soon. And if you do want to join our super chats, feel free to come through. They are hosted on the main page, and you can click the bell and read all the information of how to join it. Take care. See you soon.